John Michael Ozzy Osbourne was born on December 3rd, 1948, in Aston, Birmingham, England, into a working-class family. He was the fourth of six children raised by parents who struggled to make ends meet. His father, John Thomas Osbourne, worked at a factory, while his mother, Lillian, took care of the household. Ozzy grew up in a small home where money was tight and life was tough. From an early age, he was drawn to music as an escape from the hardships of his surroundings. Struggling with dyslexia and other learning difficulties, he left school at 15 and took on odd jobs, but nothing satisfied him the way music did. This dissatisfaction, coupled with a few brushes with the law, eventually pushed him toward what would become a legendary music career. Ozzy's early life was not without struggles. At one point, he was imprisoned for burglary and spent 6 weeks in jail because his family couldn't afford to pay the fine. This experience was a wake-up call, and after his release, he focused on creating a different future. In the late 1960s, he joined forces with Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward to form a band that would later become Black Sabbath. Initially, they played blues rock, but they soon discovered a darker, heavier sound that set them apart. This was the birth of heavy metal as the world knows it today. Black Sabbath's self-titled debut album, released in 1970, was like nothing the music industry had ever heard before. Its dark themes, heavy guitar riffs, and Ozzy's haunting vocals defined a new genre. The band followed up with a string of groundbreaking albums like Paranoid, Master of Reality, and Valor Nongam songs like Iron Man, War Pigs, and Paranoid became anthems. And Ozzy's voice was at the heart of it all. His stage presence was raw and unpredictable, making him one of rock's most charismatic frontmen. But alongside this success came chaos. Ozzy was notorious for his wild lifestyle, marked by heavy drinking, drug use, and outlandish behavior. These habits, though part of his rebellious image, often spiraled out of control and created tension within the band. In 1979, Ozzy was fired from Black Sabbath due to his substance abuse issues, a moment that could have ended his career. Instead, it marked the beginning of a new chapter. In 1980, Ozzy launched his solo career with the album Blizzard of Oz. The record included hits like Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley, songs that remain iconic to this day. Backed by an incredible band, including guitar virtuoso Randy Rhoads, Ozzy reinvented himself as a solo artist and reached new heights. However, tragedy struck in 1982 when Rhoads died in a plane crash during a tour. This devastating loss nearly broke Ozzy, but he found the strength to continue. His subsequent albums, like Diary of a Madman and Bark at the Moon, solidified his status as the Prince of Darkness and a pioneer of heavy metal. Beyond his music, Ozzy became infamous for outrageous stunts, such as biting the head off a bat during a live performance, an incident that became legendary in rock history. Despite controversies, his fan base only grew. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Ozzy experienced an unexpected resurgence in popularity, thanks in part to the reality TV show, The Osbournes. The show, which aired on MTV, featured Ozzy, his wife Sharon, and their children in a chaotic and often hilarious domestic setting. It introduced Ozzy to a new generation and transformed him into a pop culture icon, while also revealing a softer, more vulnerable side behind the heavy metal persona. Ozzy's personal life was as eventful as his career. He married Thelma Riley in 1971, and they had 2 children, but the marriage ended in divorce. In 1982, he married Sharon Arden, who would become his lifelong partner and manager. Sharon played a crucial role in reviving his career after his dismissal from Black Sabbath, organizing tours and supporting his solo ventures. Together, they faced numerous challenges, from financial troubles in the early years to Ozzy's substance abuse and health issues later in life. They had 3 children, Amy, Kelly, and Jack, and remained a central fixture in each other's lives through highs and lows. Ozzy's battles with addiction were legendary and nearly fatal at times. He spent decades in and out of rehab, openly admitting to struggles with drugs and alcohol. Despite this, he managed to keep performing and recording, earning respect for his resilience and honesty. In the 2000s, he reunited with Black Sabbath for multiple tours and albums, including 13, which debuted at #1 in several countries. This reunion gave fans a chance to see the original lineup together again, cementing their place in music history. In 2020, Ozzy revealed that he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a progressive neurological disorder. He spoke candidly about the impact it had on his life, describing the physical limitations and emotional challenges it brought. Even then, he continued to create music, releasing his 12th solo album, Ordinary Man, in 2020, followed by Patient Number 9 in 2022. These albums featured collaborations with major artists and proved that his passion for music remained undiminished despite health setbacks. Fans admired his determination and strength, seeing him as a fighter who never gave up. On the personal front, Ozzy often expressed deep gratitude for his family, especially Sharon, whom he credited for saving his life multiple times. Their relationship was far from perfect. They endured scandals, separations, and reconciliations, but it stood as a testament to enduring love and loyalty. Through everything, Sharon was by his side, managing his career and advocating for his health. Ozzy Osbourne passed away on July 18, 2025, at the age of 76, just weeks after performing his farewell concert with Black Sabbath. The show was a historic moment, a final chapter in a career that spanned more than 5 decades. His death marked the end of an era for heavy metal and left millions of fans around the world mourning. He died after years of battling Parkinson's disease and other health complications. But he left behind a legacy that few can match. Tributes poured in from every corner of the music world. Rock legends and new generation artists alike acknowledge Ozzy as one of the greatest frontmen of all time. His influence on heavy metal, hard rock, and popular culture is immeasurable. He transformed music with his haunting voice, daring creativity, and unapologetic persona. From shaping the sound of Black Sabbath to defining his solo identity, Ozzy carved out a path that countless musicians would follow. His persona as the Prince of Darkness was larger than life, but behind the wild antics was a man of humor, vulnerability, and surprising warmth. Ozzy's life was a story of extremes, unimaginable success and devastating lows, controversy and redemption, chaos and love. He was a survivor who turned personal demons into anthems for generations. Even in his darkest moments, he never lost his sense of humor or his connection to fans. His honesty about addiction, illness, and imperfection made him relatable despite his fame. For those who grew up listening to Black Sabbath or chanting along to Crazy Train, his music was more than sound. It was rebellion, catharsis, and identity. In remembering Ozzy Osbourne, the world celebrates more than a musician. It honors a cultural force who refused to be ordinary. His journey from the gritty streets of Birmingham to the global stage is proof that even the most unlikely individuals can change the world. Ozzy lived loud, loved deeply, and left a mark that will echo forever. Though he has taken his final bow, his voice, his riffs, and his spirit will never die. Long live the Prince of Darkness.